Welcome back to a Bicycle's Point of View video blog. This is Johnny. Today we're going to be talking about Criteriums versus bicycle rallies, or otherwise known as Sportifs or Sportives. What's the difference? Which one is better? Which one is better for the guy who's just starting out riding bikes? Maybe he's in his first year of cycling and wants to actually get into events and do something somewhat competitive. Well, let me share my experience that I've had with both riding Criteriums and bicycle rallies or Sportifs. So from a price point of view, from a pricing standard, which gives you the most bang for the buck? Well, based on my experience, Sportifs or bicycle rallies, they give you more swag. They give you rest stops where you can get food, bananas, water, electrolyte drinks, and all this for the price of admission, which is usually $35, $35 to $40 depending on which bicycle rally you choose to ride. Now let's compare that to the cost of getting into a local Criterium race, which in my area, normally the admission cost is $25. But then you have to pay USA Cycling a royalty of an additional $10 each time you go race, unless you get a membership, which is usually about $100 to get a USA Cycling membership. So what do you get in return? Well, you ride against other guys who are usually averaging between 22 to 24 miles an hour. And if you don't place top 10, you won't even get a mention in the standings. They don't even keep a record of your time. You can't go up to a list and say, oh, I placed in 50th. There's no such thing like that, at least in the Criteriums that are held locally where I live. That doesn't mean that that might be someone else's experience with Criteriums. But right here, if you don't finish in the field, there's no way that your time will be respected or counted for anything. Not even for your own personal reference to say, oh, this is what I can do better next time. So from that point of view, Criteriums are a little bit of a letdown. So not only do you have to hold an average speed of about 22 to 24 miles an hour, and if you're a beginner, unless you know how to draft really well and take attacks really well and surge really well, this might be a problem for someone starting out to be able to place in a Criterium race. Now, prizes are also maybe even just the cost of entry, maybe $50 for the winner and a free t-shirt. But no one's going around taking your picture, saying, hey, this guy was here at the Criterium. There's no rest stops. There might be a station where some water is provided, but basically the Criteriums are held in small loops where you basically go full blast for 30 to 45 minutes without let up. And bicycle rallies can be held over distances of 60 to 100 miles out in the country. You get to see different scenery. You get to actually work on your skills such as climbing, descending, keeping up with the pack, but at the same time there's no pressure. There's no pressure to place in the top 10. And even if you don't place in the top 10 in the bicycle rally, you don't feel like it was a loss of your time or your money, because like I said, they give you swag. For instance, I did the Hotter Than Hell last year. Got this pretty nifty water bottle for having done the Hotter Than Hell. Also, I got a free t-shirt. And for those of you who don't know what the Hotter Than Hell is, it's the big deal out here in Texas. It's a 100-mile bicycle race in August, and where temperatures are usually over 100 degrees. and it's held annually. Those who complete the race will get a little medal saying they completed, so it doesn't matter if you're the overall winner or not. If you can make 100 miles before the cutoff time, which is about 8 hours, you'll get a little souvenir to take home with you saying that you accomplished that. And last year, in fact, if you look at this old bike that's behind me, I rode the Hotter Than Hell on this bike, which is a 1980s Woodruff down tube shifter, Campagnolo equipped from back in the day, Brooks saddle, vintage road bike. I did the race in 7 hours and 45 minutes. Now that's not an outstanding time. I realize that. And this year I'm going to try to do it again. And I made a few mistakes last year, which cost me some time. And hopefully this year I can correct those. But I wanted to show you guys that Woodruff because it's going to be featured in some upcoming videos about how to climb and other cycling tips and techniques that I'm going to use the Woodruff as an illustration to teach others how to get in the right gearing and things of that nature. So hopefully you'll join me for these upcoming videos. If there's anything you guys would like to know about, or any thoughts or comments you might have, then feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thanks again.